Behind every legend lies a reason. This is Myth and Motive.
The king with the most extravagant spending in the world. There are many wealthy families and incredibly rich kings in the world with enormous assets. But not all of them tend to spend money as lavishly as the Sultan of Brunei. This royal family is famous for having the most extravagant spending habits in the world. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, who spent enormous amounts of money on his pleasures in a luxurious way that many describe as unimaginably extravagant. He changes cars every day, and it would take over 10 years to use them all. Every corner of his palace is covered in 24K gold, and a single haircut could cost as much as an average person's annual salary. These pleasures are just a small part that shows us how wealthy and extravagant this sultan is. So what other shocking hobbies does this man with tens of billions of dollars in assets have? Please watch today's video. Although a small country in Southeast Asia, Brunei is a super oil-rich nation. Brunei is an Islamic country with an area of over 5,700 square kilometers located on the northern part of Borneo Island next. Under an absolute monarchy system, Brunei's GDP per capita is among the highest in the world. The government and government-related organizations are the main providers of employment. Over 450,000 Bruneian citizens enjoy a relatively high standard of living as they don't pay taxes and receive generous social benefits. Brunei's GDP mainly comes from revenue earned from exporting oil and gas to Japan. Each year earning approximately $5 to $6 billion US. With that much, government spending and the position of head of state and Islamic religious leader are very comfortable. In Brunei, he is called the Sultan of Brunei, both the head of state and a powerful religious leader. Economically, in agriculture and fisheries, Brunei has many advantages with fertile fields stretching to the horizon almost endlessly, producing many high-value products, plus a vast sea area with many precious seafood. Such a wealthy country is certainly governed by a sultan who neither lacks money nor is unskilled at using it. Sultan of Brunei Hassanal Bolkiah, born July 15, 1946, is the son of Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III. He is also known as the world's longest reigning monarch. Sultan Bolkiah ascended the throne in 1967 at age 21 and has ruled for nearly 60 years. In 1961, he was appointed crown prince. He received private education from childhood, then studied at Victoria Institution in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia and the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in England, the same school as Princes William and Harry. Sultan Bolkiah, like his father, was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1984. When Brunei became independent, he held the positions of Prime Minister, Minister of Defense and Minister of Finance. He is both the Supreme Commander of the Royal Armed Forces and the highest authority in the police force. The Bolkiah dynasty began in the 14th century and the current royal family has ruled this Southeast Asian nation for over 600 years. The Sultan and royal family control the country's entire oil production. The enormous profits from this resource help the royal family have abundant finances, maintaining a luxurious life. Besides his impressive background that makes everyone admire, the Sultan of Brunei is also famous for his extravagant lifestyle that few can. To date, he remains one of the richest royals in the world, with an estimated net worth of nearly 30 billion United States dollars. According to Celebrity Network, he was once the richest person in the world, ranked by Forbes magazine many years ago. According to Business Insider reports, his largest source of income comes from oil and natural gas reserves. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah is also known as a legend in Brunei because of his level of extravagant spending. He loves gold so much that he plates gold on car wheels, entire bathrooms, vintage cars, utensils, and even architectural structures in his country are frequently gold-plated. And this alone shows how expensive the Sultan of Bolkiah's hobbies are. According to GQ India, the Sultan owns one of the world's largest rare car collections. The collection includes an impressive gold-plated Rolls-Royce. Photos of it have been widely circulated. The luxurious custom-made car has ivory and mother-of-pearl inlays. According to GQ India, the car is gold-plated from the radiator grill to the wheels. According to Hot Cars, Sultan Hassanal owns 600 Rolls-Royces, 450 Ferraris, including the Ferrari 456 GT Ennis. one of only 7 in the world, and 380 Bentleys. His collection is worth over $5 billion, totaling more than 7,000 cars. This unique collection is stored in a secret garage, surrounded by barbed wire fences and protected by armed forces called GQ. Lucky visitors to this place often describe a garage with many compartments, filled with super luxury cars, neatly arranged by manufacturer, version, or even color. In fact, his car collection is so impressive that he and his family are believed to be behind half of all Rolls-Royces sold globally throughout the 1990s. In 2011, Hassanal Bolkiah set a world record for having the world's largest private collection of Rolls-Royce cars. For his wedding day, this sultan chose a 24-karat gold silver Spur 2 as the wedding car. At that time, the car's value was estimated at no less than $14 million, equivalent to about 339.8 billion Vietnamese. During the period from the 1980s to 1990s, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah mainly collected Bentley Azure and Continental models. Some rare Bentley models in the collection include the Continental R Superfast, Coupe Buccaneer GT, Phoenix Mouton, Coupe Camelot, Highlander GT 4-door, and Bentley Java 1. Borger is also a brand highly favored by the Sultan of Brunei. He owns 32 Borger 928 S4 models specifically and 55,928 models, including 5 962 Le Mans masterpieces. This is a racing car line based on the Borger 962, with only 13 units produced worldwide. Notably, the collection peaked in the 1990s. In 1997, the Brunei royal family faced financial difficulties, coupled with the Asian economic crisis and falling oil prices, which limited their car collecting activities. Currently, most of the cars have deteriorated due to lack of maintenance. Some cars were liquidated in the 1990s, but the majority are rotting away inside the garage. In reality, these cars are nearly unsellable due to their age, damage, and restricted safety issues. Cars are not the Sultan of Brunei's only hobby. Another passion of his is piloting aircraft, and of course, those planes are nothing ordinary. According to Borman, the king owns his own Boeing 747-400, Boeing 767-200, and Airbus A340-200 jet aircraft. The Boeing 747-400 is one of the most expensive aircraft in the world, with custom-designed interiors and, naturally, luxurious. The magnificence of this aircraft has earned it another name, the Palace in the Sky. The Sultan's large bedroom and bathroom are both gold-plated and adorned with Lalique crystal. According to media reports, this aircraft costs up to $400 million. The total cost to design and upgrade the interior of the Sultan of Brunei's private jet exceeded $120 million. Many interior details are plated or cast in 24-karat gold. He also gifted his daughter an Airbus A340 for her birthday. Certainly, the king must reside in a palace, but a palace as grand and lavish as Istana Nurul Iman is one of a kind. The residence of the Brunei royal family currently holds the Guinness World Record for the largest palace, with an area of over 200,000 square meters and many gold-plated furnishings. Istana Nurul Iman has over 1,700 rooms, 257 bathrooms, and 5 swimming pools. Even the Palace of Versailles in France or Buckingham Palace in England pale in comparison. Located on a hill covered with lush greenery and near the Brunei River's lower reaches, the palace enjoys a fresh and airy space. The palace's facade faces directly south of the capital, considered one of the most prime locations in Brunei. The palace was completed in 1984 with the official name Istana Nurul Iman. In Arabic, this name means the Palace of the Light of Faith. To build the world's largest residence, the Brunei royal family spent $1.4 billion. This is indeed a colossal figure. The palace grounds have 110 garages for the cars in his collection. That's no exaggeration to say the palace is a symbol of the king. Moreover, on the palace's roof is a helipad that leads directly to the international airport. This is also where the Brunei royal family's million-dollar aircraft collection is housed. The king has another hobby, horseback riding. He built specially air-conditioned stables to ensure these warhorses are carefully cared for and in the best possible condition. Not only is it the royal family's residence, but the palace also serves as the workplace and accommodation for the Brunei government. Therefore, the palace only opens for tourists to visit the exterior but does not allow entry inside, except during major annual holidays in Brunei. Brunei is one of the largest Islamic nations in Southeast Asia. Thus, Istana Nurul Iman is inspired by Arabic and Islamic architecture. Additionally, it subtly incorporates features of Malay and European styles. The palace is an artistic masterpiece with a sophisticated blend of multiple cultures. This entire massive palace was designed by the renowned Filipino architect Leandro Locsin. The buildings within the palace are constructed from natural stone, particularly limestone and wood. Furthermore, design details using precious stones, gold, silver, and Islamic motifs create a luxurious and sacred atmosphere here. However, the most striking feature of the palace is its shiny gold-plated dome. This further enhances the majestic and splendid beauty of this extremely wealthy palace. Not only that, the palace also boasts a poetic garden with various ornamental plants. All contribute to a dreamy natural landscape here. For the people of Brunei, Istana Nurul Iman is a sacred pride, where Muslims place their faith in a respected monarch. Not only are the residents and transportation meticulously invested in, but the Brunei royal family also pays great attention. The Times reported that the Sultan does not hesitate to spend money when it comes to personal grooming, and he is said to have spent up to $20,000 per haircut. The newspaper revealed that he frequently sponsors his favorite hairdresser to travel from the Dorchester Hotel in Mayfair, London to Brunei, just to cut his hair. The Sultan also has a passion for art and spent $70 million on an oil painting by a French Impressionist painter. Two young girls at the piano. The Playboy of Brunei. Jeffrey once boasted about owning over 600 luxury hotels in prime cities like London and Paris. In 1997, he was gifted a large mansion in Las Vegas by his brother, worth $45 million. At the peak of his wealth, he owned 10 watches made of white gold and platinum with diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and other precious stones. Prince Abdul Mateen owns a collection of exotic pets, including leopards, tigers, cats, and horses. The son of the Sultan of Brunei frequently travels for vacations using his private jet. The late Prince Azim, who passed away, was also famous for his lavish spending, having once gifted a $5.7 million necklace to diva Mariah Carey. Fayez Bolkiah, considered the world's wealthiest footballer, is a member of the Brunei royal family. The young man born in 1998 is the son of Prince Jeffrey Bolkiah. Fayez's assets are believed to be dozens of times greater than those of Ronaldo and Messi. As haircuts involve huge investments, A common feature of Brunei royal weddings is that they typically last from 1 to 2 weeks, with thousands of guests invited. The bride and groom's attire is made from high-quality silk, and their jewelry and wedding crowns are studded with diamonds. After the wedding, the newlyweds often appear on super golden chariots, parading before all the citizens. Early in 2022, the daughter of the Sultan of Brunei, Princess Fadila Lubabul Bolkiah, married in an extremely lavish wedding. With every moment as beautiful as a dream, lasting 10 days and nights in the Istana Nurul Iman Palace. The royal wedding schedule of Prince Abdul Mateen and businesswoman Anisha Rosna Adam was equally spectacular. Early in 2024, the grand wedding of the Brunei prince was solemnly held at the Istana Nurul Iman Palace, attended by up to 5,000 guests. Among them, royal guests included King Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah and Queen Tunku Aziza of Malaysia, King Jigme Kasar Nangal Wangchuck and Queen Jetson Pema of Bhutan, Princess Nouf bint Asad of Jordan, along with many royal members from Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates. Additionally, leaders from many countries were present at the wedding, such as Indonesian President Joko Widodo, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, and Singaporean Prime Minister Richest. The ceremony on January 14th was only part of Prince Abdul Matin's 10-day wedding, from January 7th to 16. Matin is sixth in line to the throne of the Brunei royal family. However, in important diplomatic events, this prince still receives much trust, often appearing right beside Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah. According to the South China Morning Post, Prince Abdul Matin is expected to inherit assets worth up to $28 billion from his father. Born into luxury, Matin also leads a relatively extravagant lifestyle. He often spends time on polo, flying his private plane, and exploring beautiful beaches. Additionally, Matin owns a car collection of up to 50 Mercedes-Benz, 66 Ferraris, 20 Bentleys, 20 BMWs, 17 Jaguars, 15 Porsches, 10 Rolls-Royces, and 3 Lamborghinis. The prince is also known for his charitable activities. Matin has served as an ambassador for a children's cancer fund, participating in supporting educational and healthcare initiatives in Brunei. Despite the immense wealth, the Sultan of Brunei is the national leader closest to the people and completely lacks a personal security detail. The force responsible for protecting the Sultan and the royal family are not Bruneians but Gurkha ethnic minorities of Nepalese origin, serving in the Gurkha Reserve Unit. The unit was established in 1974, currently under the Ministry of Home Affairs, with a strength of about 2,000. All are former Gurkha soldiers with combat experience in the British Army. This unit is directly commanded by the Sultan. The origin of the Gurkha Reserve Unit stems from Brunei's history. The Gurkhas belonged to the Khas Rajput clan from northern India, later migrating to Nepal. About 200,000 Gurkhas fought in the ranks of the British Army during the 2 World Wars. Gurkhas are renowned as skilled, brave, and extremely loyal soldiers, particularly proficient in using the kukri knife, effective in close combat. To become a Gurkha soldier, one must have good health, physique, and strength. The selection process is extremely rigorous. Out of tens of thousands of applicants, only a few preferred candidates are from the hill tribes of western Nepal belonging to the 4 clans Gauri, Pa'a, Hun, and Nagar, or from the hill tribes of eastern Nepal belonging to the 2 clans Rai and Lema. Brunei was a British protectorate in the 19th century. In 1984, Brunei declared independence and maintained close relations with Britain. Independence at Brunei. In February 2015, the British Prime Minister and the Sultan of Brunei signed a treaty to extend the lease of the Gurkha Battalion in Brunei for another 5 years. For Britain, the Gurkha Battalion helps ensure the presence of the British military in Southeast Asia, simultaneously protecting the important oil platforms of the British Oil Company, Royal Dutch Shell, in Brunei. After their service period, Gurkha veterans will join the unit protecting the monarch and royal family because they receive generous salaries. Lives in the country. With an area of nearly 6,000 square kilometers, of which primary forest accounts for 70%, Brunei is dubbed the Green Jewel of Southeast Asia. According to the Austronesian language origin, Brunei means the abode of peace, so that setting foot in this wealthy and clean country, you will find the space truly peaceful. There are no skyscrapers, no roadside stalls, not even a single motorcycle or bicycle passing by. Teeming the country lacks distinctive features. With the king, Brunei is an Islamic country, known here for its unique mosques. Among them, the Golden Mosque James Asr Hassanal Bolkiah is the most famous. This mosque is named after a monarch of Brunei. Construction of this project began in 1988. The mosque is widely known for its modern and magnificent architecture. This structure currently holds the record as the largest mosque in Brunei and Southeast Asia. Even the image of this mosque is printed on the Brunei $10 note. James Asr Hassanal Bolkiah Mosque has 29 domes made of gold. Since he is also the 29th ruler, this is indeed a very meaningful number. Inside the mosque, there is a private elevator for the Sultan and the royal family. Every Friday, the king comes here to pray. This mosque has a very large capacity, about 4,500 worshippers. This number is nearly 1/10 of Brunei's population. The most impressive feature of this mosque is the symbolic oil lamp tower inside. This tower weighs up to 3.5 tons and is entirely made of 24-karat gold. The staircases, stone columns are made of marble, and the carpets spread in the mosque are very luxurious. Jade, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, was imported from Arabia. The walls are European bricks. Even the chandeliers are made of gold with diamond inlays. The entire wall surrounding the tower is arranged with various geometric patterns. The top is formed by 4 small golden domes. The large dome impresses with Arabian floral motifs, geometric patterns, and calligraphy. This highlights both luxury, modernity, and strong religious character. The Royal Regalia Museum is also a typical testament to the wealth of the Bruneian royal family. The museum was built to honor and introduce the culture, history, and traditions of the Bruneian royal family. This is a luxurious and impressive building, reflecting Brunei's traditional architecture and the splendor of the kingdom. One of the highlights of the museum is the set of costumes and jewelry worn by the Bruneian royal family in royal weddings. These costumes are made of high-quality silk, embroidered with intricate patterns and decorated with precious gemstones and pearls. These are unique artworks rich in historical and cultural value. Items made of gold, gemstones, diamonds are easily found everywhere, and especially in the museum, there is a large palanquin entirely made of gold. The history of the coastal kingdom spans centuries. The peak period of the kingdom was the 15th century when it controlled vast territories in Brunei. The Bruneian kingdom's power declined as European powers expanded their colonies in Asia, and in 1888, the country came under British protection. Brunei gained independence from Britain in 1984, and its economy grew rapidly thanks to huge oil and gas reserves. Currently, this small country is one of the richest oil nations in the world and famous for its social welfare system for citizens. Brunei's GDP per capita is among the highest in the world. The government and government-related organizations are the main employers. Over 450,000 Bruneian citizens enjoy a relatively high standard of living because they don't have to pay taxes and receive generous support. His Majesty greatly cares for his subjects. Many Bruneian people say so. People enjoy benefits, exemption from personal income tax, free healthcare and education, receive housing subsidies, use high-quality, cheap gasoline, and have favorable conditions for development. Brunei applies a low corporate tax rate of 18.5%. Does not levy personal income tax, value-added tax, or withholding tax on dividends, interest, royalties, and technical fees for companies based here. Employers in Brunei must contribute 5% of employees' salaries to the Employee Trust Fund. Rich closed companies in Brunei are subject to a special income tax rate of 55%. Bruneian people receive medical treatment at hospitals and health centers with a symbolic fee of $1 Brunei dollar. Children under 12 years old are completely free. The government also covers the cost of sending citizens abroad to access treatment methods and facilities not available domestically. Bruneian students from 5 to 18 years old study for free at public schools. Other costs such as textbooks, learning tools, and school meals are also covered by the government. Although Malay is the official language of Brunei, English is the main teaching language in most schools. However, heavy reliance on oil makes Brunei vulnerable to oil price fluctuations, geopolitical tensions, and production disruptions. Brunei fell into recession in 2021 and 2022 after domestic production declined due to maintenance of old oil fields. The Bruneian government says it has plans to diversify the economy, but analysts say no other industry has developed in Brunei so far. Some studies estimate that Brunei's oil reserves may be depleted by 2050. Regarding the enormous wealth he possesses, spending money on extravagant pleasures to affirm the class and lavishness of King Hassanal Bolkiah is completely understandable. Especially when he is still ruling his country well and is loved by the people. This is not all yet. It's very likely the king and royal family members will continue to surprise us even more with their luxurious lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't.
If the legend hooked you, subscribe and open the next case.